Hi guys. April is Wonderful Glorious Mystery Month. There's a lot of reading to do, and I don't actually have days off, so I'm either in school or I'm at work, sometimes both in a day, and then I have two very small children who feel the need to be around me all the time. This morning they're being a little crazy. They're being ridiculously screamy, and she just keeps moving the table and making everything move. Like that. I just finished reading The Case of the Long-Legged Models, and I was a little disappointed based on the title. I thought there was going to be a lot more long-legged models. This is actually an Earl Stanley Gardner book. They're not really part of a series. It's just they all involve the same main character. I think he's a lawyer, yeah. And these are his cases. Yeah, 1958. So that's almost 60 years old. So this book isn't very relevant to my life. Life has changed a lot since this book was published. So I just haven't had any interest in reading it. But once I started reading it, it was like, I need to finish this. Of course, there's only two long-legged models, and it has nothing to do, the case has nothing to do with models. In this book, the main character, Perry Mason, is a lawyer. One of his long-standing clients that he has on retainer is Homer Garvin Sr., who has a son, also Homer Garvin, but Jr. This woman comes in to see him, and she's like, so I have a share in this company in Las Vegas. It's like a really small motel, not a whole lot of patronage. It's not like one of the big casinos, and someone's trying to buy me out. But we know that they're trying to buy us out because they want to combine the property that we have and the property next to us to make a giant casino. I think it's her and 5 other people, and 3 of the other people have already sold. Garvin Sr., I think, that owns the other share. And she got her share because her father was murdered, and she doesn't know if the people who are asking for her money are the people that killed her father, and that they killed her father because they wanted his company and they wanted to be able to kind of manhandle her and just push her around. So she wants to get a lawyer so that he can look into it for her and tell her if anything uncouth is going on and kind of take care of it for her. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll look into it, and I'll talk with, Garvin, and we'll kind of unite our front, because if they buy one out, then they can push her over, or the other way around, if they buy her out, then they can push Garvin over. And that's pretty much it. So he has to figure out who murdered the father. There was another murder in the book as well that he kind of has to figure out. And then, of course, he has to try and represent them during this whole issue when it comes to shares and properties. So it's a lot of legal stuff going on. It's not super exciting. The more exciting parts are the murders, which we figure out at the end of it. The long-legged model thing. So Stephanie Falker, who has the shares, she is a model, the one whose father was murdered. And then Garvin, his assistant, got married and got pregnant, and she left him, because at the time, if you were married, you couldn't be an assistant. So he hired this woman, who was also his son's girlfriend, and she is also a model, and his son has now married another model, but the case has nothing to do, it has nothing to do with the fact that they're models. They are involved in the case, very obviously, because one of them has employed him for a case, but them being models, I thought it was going to be models are being murdered, or whatever. And keep in mind that this is the cover. Like, that's it. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, I can't tell you anything else without giving away who did what. So this book, it's from the 50s. So you have to understand that some of the things that characters say in this book, while offensive should someone say them to me to my face today, at the time are meant almost as compliments. So you have to travel back in time 60 years and understand that segregation is just ending and women don't have rights. Women don't have social rights. Women have legal rights, but not social rights. And especially like women who own property or shares to a company have different rights than their male counterparts. Just to clarify, it's still a really good book. Like, the drama and the intrigue and the plot and how it unfolds and, you know, the little details of the beginning inform the end, and it's a really good book. Just don't be offended by some of the things that happen because you're ethnocentric. Just your culture and the way that we do things now is not what was happening back then. So I really liked it. The author's writing style is pretty great. Definitely adult as far as language. There's a lot of legal stuff that goes on. He is a lawyer. But like I said, I own like a bunch of these books, and I'm definitely going to read them because this author is pretty awesome. I just have to get around to actually going to my mom's house and grabbing them. And there's a cat between my legs. Come on. Oh, are you stuck? Are you stuck? You got it. That's pretty much it. Very good. Very good. I think I gave it like a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. If you can get your hands on it for free, get your hands on it for free or for cheap. It's definitely not a bad book to own. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it for quite a while. I will see you guys again next week with another video. Again, if you have any sort of comments or questions or anything, just write down there. There's a whole comment section just for you. Cool. So that leaves me with only 3 books to review. I will see you guys again with another video really soon. Might not be next week, but we'll see.